Get there, Streets. Get there. What a touch, Barry. What a touch. Yes.
I always say to a player, once you've played one game in the Premier League, doesn't make you a Premier League player. So I've had nearly 2 seasons in the Premier League as a manager. I've had probably 5 or 6 seasons in the Premier League as an assistant manager and a couple of years as a coach. So my grounding has been a reasonable apprenticeship lengthwise. But until I get back to the Premier League, I can never say I'm a Premier League manager. At the moment, I'm a second division manager. That's the reality. But I haven't lost an ounce of that ambition.
3.5 seasons have passed since Phil Brown left the managerial post at Hull City. After a spell at Preston North End, in which he presided over the club's relegation to League One, he now finds himself on England's southeast coast and the figurehead of an ambitious project to turn around the fortunes of 4th-tier outfit Southend United.
I looked at it and the promise of the new stadium, the promise of promotion, the promise of investment, the promise of me working on a long-term project was all in place, and I jumped at the chance. I've got to say it is firm backing from the owner and from the chairman himself, and if he continues with that and I continue with the progression of the team, then fingers crossed we can gain success this year.
Success in football can be a fleeting thing, as Brown knows all too well. Back at the start of the 08-09 season, his stock was at its highest. He led Hull to a first top-flight campaign in their 109-year history. And once there, the Tigers' bite took many by surprise.
Their first ever goal to the top flight, and what a goal! Not a bad effort. What an effort! What a goal! What a fantastic goal by Giovanni!
They suffered just one defeat in an opening 9 fixtures that included famous victories over Arsenal and Tottenham, and saw Hull sitting joint top come the end of October.
It was just a great memory, a lot of people sort of ridiculed us when we got promoted that we weren't going to, get as many points as Derby County. Unfortunately, only got 12. 5 games in, we already had 13, so there was a lot of cruel words were said at the start of the season. We dispelled them very, very quickly with the start that we had, but I knew the cruel words would eventually come back when you start hitting a rocky patch. That's unfortunately the deal that you get at the highest level.
City's rocky patch came almost immediately. In fact, they'd win only twice more all season. With the good well and truly behind them, all that was left was the bad, the ugly, and the downright bizarre. Brown's Boxing Day team talk while 4-0 down at the Etihad Stadium was certainly memorable. Whether it did the spirit of the dressing room any good in the long run has been debated ever since, but certainly it was an unconventional move by a man who does things his own way. So how does Brown reflect now on the very public dressing down?
It would work for a lot of people, and it wouldn't work at all for us. It was so... I would have said it's probably 70-30. It doesn't work for 30%, and unfortunately that 30%, the majority of them were media who thought it was crazy. Supporters who stand on the terraces week in, week out and pay good money to be there. I've had a lot of letters of support from not just Hull City fans, Tottenham Hotspur, Arsenal, Man United, fans from all over the world sending letters saying you are absolutely spot on doing it. Now, in the end, it's history. It's gone now. Will I be doing it at Southend? Will I be singing at the end of the season? Will I be... Who knows? Who knows?
It's full time at Villa Park, and Hull City have survived. The celebrations can begin in earnest.
I was given a microphone to clear the pitch, and unfortunately it was clear when I got out there, so I decided to belt a tune out. Regret it because I'm not a good singer. So it's one of them where, end of story. It certainly cleared the pitch, and it certainly cleared the stadium after that, I think.
Phil himself would depart the KC Stadium for a final time when put on gardening leave with 9 games left of the following season. The Tigers were in 19th place and 3 points short of safety, and Phil believes it was wrong of the club not to give him time to turn things round.
Very hurtful, very hurtful. I think not that I deserved a reward for keeping the club in the Premier League. But when you go through all that hardship and all that sacrifice, and you go through the hard work and everything that you'd planned had come together in the first season, I think you deserve a second year at it, full stop.
At Southend, Phil is now putting his experience of managing at the top level to good use, and even utilises the Prozone statistics from his time at Bolton and Hull to measure the fitness of his current squad against that of a Premier League side. He's also lost none of his tendency towards the unorthodox, and recently took his squad for a warm-down session at the seaside town's iconic pier.
I just decided to do it because I feel as if you should know about your football club if you play football. You should know about your history. You should know about the heritage of the place, and majority of the players didn't, so that day they certainly learned a little bit more about Southend.
There's no question that the manager has plenty of knowledge to impart to his players. As either boss or assistant, he's been promoted to the Premier League on 3 separate occasions. And while that particular goal is a little far off for Southend right now, the limit of Brown's ambition remains well out of sight.
I don't have one. Me personally, I don't have one, and we'll one step at a time. We'll not talk about Premier League football. We'll talk about First Division football first, and then when you come back next year, we'll talk about Championship football, and then when you come back after that, we'll talk about Premier League football. But one step at a time.